welcome to Lifestyles of the Strange and Exotic Random Review. And I shall be reviewing the RCA Pro 10 Edition tablet with keyboard folio. And this was from Walmart. And I wanted something bigger than my 7-inch tablet, which I still use, but mostly kind of like a portable DVD player, because for some weird reason, and explain this to me, Apple people, what the problem is with expandable memory. I mean, you look at the iPads, iDooDahs, there's no place for an SD card. You're looking in, I'm like, in Best Buy, looking at the fancy pants stuff. Okay, this I don't understand. We've got, what, the 16... 32 and the 64, I think. Okay, so I only have enough money for the 16. Okay, fill it up with whatever your apps and your this and your that's. Run out of memory. You can't spend the $10 to get a 32 gig card, or whatever equivalent it is to get the next size up. No, you have to drop like shitloads of money to get the next unit. Shrewd, Apple. This is why I'm an Amazon loyalist. No. It's like, it's a technology that your stupid cell phones have. You know, really, Apple? Really? I don't know, do the iPhones have expandable memory? Is it just the whole thing? I don't know, but it's like, so I wanted something bigger. Though I do admit that I like the shape of the iPad, where it's sort of the 4x8 old-fashioned TV size. It's nice and big and, viewable, where most of the, non-Apple products, I guess, are pretty much just giant cell phones. So, yeah. This is basically the type of cell phone I kind of could use, because this is bigger than the one I had, yet this is still too small. The freaking keyboard's like, and now you freaking tiny little hands. It's so my Best Buy gift card is going to a bigger phone eventually. Though I do love my phone. Android again, of course. So, I figured, wanted bigger, tablet other than my 7-inch. To basically be kind of a connection between the 7-inch, the cell phone, and a laptop. You know what I mean? The apps that I have on my cell phone, I don't really use on the 7-inch, which is in the Idolian. I think I did a review. So I pretty much just use it for, movies through Real Player and whatever other thing I have there. But I wanted these apps on like a bigger unit. Well, I came across, probably just wandering in Walmart, my other home away from home, and saw it was only $150. Only $150. So I'm like, that's pretty darn good. Like I said, I wish it was like a little taller, but it is very much shaped like a, a laptop. And that's kind of the idea I think they're going for, because this is, the unit itself, but it came with a cover that has the keyboard included, which, one, it's got schmutz on. You usually have to buy a separate cover, and that's like $30 right there. Depending where you get it, go to Amazon, you can get them much, much, much cheaper. I think the most expensive cover I got was the $12 I spent on my lighted Kindle tablet. No, lighted Kindle cover. So, yeah. And the fact that it came with a keyboard is really, really kind of neat. And I've been finding it really, really useful. And it's a full keyboard, full-size keyboard. I kind of like how they include certain buttons up here. You got your web button, your email button, button I'm still not quite sure that it does, your media buttons. So it's a convenient keyboard, and it's just about the right size for my hands. And the only problem I really, really have with this case, and you have an on-off switch here, is this. I can't quite show you, but they have cases where instead of sitting it like this, it kind of pushes in and there's like notches so you can like adjust it. I can kind of maybe sort of understand why you couldn't do that really, but it's possible. It could have been done, which makes things a little sturdier. This is just a really stupid thing, and it's just a ribbon. You know, it's a picture frame thing. So that's my biggest gripe about it. And this is magnetized, so it does keep your case, you know, nice and closed. And it's really easy, and I just tuck it in like that, to put in your unit. And let's see, make sure you put it in the right direction. And you basically just tuck it in these little things here, slide it in, push it down, and then you push this up. As I'm off of the frame. You push it down, then you just push that back a little bit, and then you just slide it back out. So it's a very easy thing to do, and then your light comes on when it's on, because I've been typing here. And I like it. I really, really, really do. And, you know, it's not that far removed from, you know, any other Android application, like, you know, cell phone, same apps. And what surprised me, I don't remember if you have to do that. Have a Google Play thing. I don't know. I thought I had to do it just because it was a phone, but since I was already connected, I signed in, and everything that was on my phone automatically transferred to the tablet, which was convenient and annoying at the same time because I didn't want everything that was on my phone on the tablet. So I pretty much had to like delete all of that, but it was a nice feature to have if that's like important to you. So about the only things that came over from my phone were my random LOL cap, my NASCAR, and my calendar. Everything else I wanted specifically for this. And I did weekend and get the Angry Birds Star Wars. I try to limit my games because I will get nothing done otherwise. Let's see. Basically, my gripe as far as the technology, the programming of it is hitting buttons that I don't want. Come on, home. Is this thing right here, where it would be nice if you could put your icons on both sides, like you have, you know, basically your go-to buttons on the bottom, but you can't, and it's just sort of wasted space. I'd like to be able to organize a bit better, and you can't. I haven't quite figured out how to get rid of like the extra pages that I don't need, because this is pretty much all I've got. I don't need anything else, which is, I think maybe it's because I've got the a different theme on my phone, so maybe I'll have to install that on this to make that a little easier, because you just, you know, tap and hold, and then you can delete what pages you don't need and organize the pages. This I haven't figured out yet, so it's been a while. And of course it comes with your standard Android widgets, which come in handy. And as far as watching videos and stuff, I don't know quite how you're seeing this, if there's any difference or anything like that. You really have to be straight on to the screen to see anything. Otherwise, like if you take your monitor, your computer monitor, and if you're just off center a little bit, sometimes it'll get like all weird colors. The picture doesn't come in right. That's what happens with this one. I don't think it happens with my Odolian, but the screen you have to be straight on to be able to see it perfectly fine. The sound quality is perfectly fine. I have no problem with that whatsoever. I mean, I don't know what people expect really from you know the speakers, but the speakers are loud. You don't need to fiddle with it much. Android does seem to kind of have crappier apps. I mean, I've been doing fine with them. I mean, I found what I wanted, and you know, there's usually an app for something, but they're just sort of, I don't know. I think they could be a little more high class. I don't know. They just seem like they'll accept anything and everything, and there's no standard. I don't know. I don't know, but I find apps that are useful to me. Let's see, anything else I can tell you? And I still like the interface to the Android, which is, you know, the 95% of us know about already, where, you know, you got your home button and you got your you know, so you can see whatever it is you're doing. It's just a nice, convenient way of doing things. So that's the technicals. But as far as the price, it was listed for about $150 in store on the shelf, so I got to actually fiddle with it and see it in person instead of like kind of guessing like I did with my 7-inch tablet because I got it on Amazon. And it was fine. It's got a few quirks, but nothing that's been like catastrophic. So I'm like, okay, Christmas time, saved up my Christmas money and whatever money I'd made up to that. I'm like, okay, I want this thing. And basically it's like a word processor. I think that's like the main thing I wanted it for. So I go to the Walmart website to kind of like double check to see if my store had it. It's kind of stupid because it's not accurate basically. If your store says it isn't in there, it might still be. But I thought, okay, maybe I'll save myself a trip and see, if it was in there. Come to find out, the online price was $20 cheaper than the store price. I'm like, okay, cool. Awesome, glad I waited. So it was like fairly well after Christmas that I got it, so I'm so glad I did. So I'm like, okay, I'm making the trip. Well, on the shelf, it was still $150. Now here's the thing. They frickin' admitted it. They admitted it. I'm like, okay, I can prove it to you. I would try to prove it to you and show you that it's $20 cheaper in online than it is in the store, but I can't get a signal. He goes, oh, you can only get a signal if you're on Verizon in Walmart. Said this to me verbatim. So yeah, not quite a conspiracy, but yeah, proves the rumor. So you have to be on Verizon to get a phone call out, which I think is effed up royally. I mean, it wouldn't be so much easier for me because I shop it for my spare grandparents and stuff. So instead of having to like buy what I have, go outside, call them, come back in. But I did manage to figure out that there's a certain spot in the garden section you can get a call out. But it's like, okay, what if there's an emergency? Yeah, okay, there's cameras and stuff, but still, you want to be able to communicate. And only having one company allowing you to do that is wrong on so many freaking levels. So I'm like, okay, Walmart, what the fuck? Not right, not fair, I don't even think it's safe. So, okay, rant aside. So he's like, says this to me, admits this to me, and goes, oh, well, we can check it here. Oh, good. So he did, and he gave it to me for the online price of $20 off of $150 is $130, I think it was. So that was awesome, and there was enough of them there to ask. So, oh yeah. So I basically went to Walmart to get a gift card to put the money on to buy it online, because I figured, well, they wouldn't be able to price match it or prove it or whatever. But so I didn't have to go through all the rigmarole. I got to do it right there. So, yay. Except online, you could choose from different colors. And I think this was the last one in the store that I bought. I think this was the only box they had left, and it was the black one, which, like, that bothers me because it's my favorite color anyway. I don't care if it was purple. Which I think was the one I was going to get. So, that was my long-winded story. It has Android 4.4 KitKat. It does have expandable memory, though it has 16 gig already in. I put in a random 8 card that I had flown around, but I'm waiting for my 32 to come so I can fit more movies on. So it's like, yeah, expandable memory. And it's just a mini SD card. It has Bluetooth, which works fine, and I'll probably be reviewing what I use the Bluetooth for. Dual cameras. Okay, the rear is 2 megapixel, and I think the front is like a 1, so the cameras don't even bother. You can you can take a picture, but if you're looking for quality, you ain't finding it here. I think the cell phones are a minimum of 5 megapixels. 1.5 gigahertz quad-core processor, so I haven't had anything lag or anything like that so far. The mini HDMI, which is your standard, modern cell phone connection there, so I'm sure you would have a spare cord, and it does come with a power cord, of course. Anything you care to add? No? Okay. Of course, Google Play. It's your standard Android system. I don't think I have much more to add than that. Good bargain, especially if you can get it on for the online price. It might even go down lower. I don't know. Kind of wish it was a little taller as far as like being able to watch movies. It still kind of feels like you're 16. You know. Again, this is something I don't understand. On the old square TVs, you would have the black bars on the top for widescreen. Why are the black bars still there when everything we have now is widescreen shaped? So, I don't know. Don't understand. So, yeah. So definitely, let's see, anything else I can add? 10-inch diagonal screen, 10 by 24, 600 display. I haven't had it on battery too long. I pretty much figure if I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff, I'll have it plugged in anyway. But it says about 6 hours. I mean, tablets have pretty decent battery life. Okay, it's a 0.3 megapixel front-facing camera, not even a 1. It only goes up to 32 gig for the external memory. And of course your typical ports, headphone, power button. So that is my review on the RCA Pro 10 Edition tablet. Goodbye. Easy to get. You don't have to go through any rigmarole really. Just go into Walmart. Hey, I want this. There you go. Very nice size keyboard. I haven't had any problems with it. At one point the question mark didn't want to work, but once I started up my tablet again, when I turned it off, turned it on, it was fine. So far, keyboard works okay. I like the fact that it's an off-on, easy put together. If you want, a economy tablet, and you're not worried about the camera, a definite must-buy. So, Walmart actually had something awesome this time. Thank you for watching. Do remember to rate, comment, share, and subscribe. There's always room